The Man Who Forgot the Sun. Once, in a small village nestled between green hills, there lived a boy named Leo. The village was very quiet. The houses were small and warm. The people were simple and kind. Leo lived with his father, Silas. Silas was a woodcarver. His hands were old and strong. He could take a simple piece of wood and make something beautiful. He carved little birds that looked like they could sing. He carved small horses that looked like they could run. Silas was not a rich man. He did not have gold, but he had a very happy heart. Every morning, Silas would tell Leo, "Leo, my son, remember two things. First, the sun is for everyone. It shines on the big castle and the small house. It asks for nothing in return. Be like the sun. Be warm and kind to all." Then he would point to his heart. "Second, this is your home. Gold is cold. A big house can be empty, but a kind heart is always warm. It is the only true treasure." Leo listened, but sometimes he did not understand. He looked at the hills around his village. He saw the one road that led away. He dreamed of the big city. He heard stories about it. The city had 1,000 towers that touched the sky. The people wore clothes made of silk. The streets were full of music and light. Leo did not want to be a simple woodcarver. He wanted to be an important man. Have you ever wanted something very much, so much that you think about it all day and all night? That was Leo. One day, when Leo was a young man, he packed a small bag. He said goodbye to his father. Silas hugged him. His eyes were a little sad. He gave Leo a small wooden bird. "Take this," Silas said. "Remember your small village, remember your old father, and remember, a kind heart is the only true treasure." Leo took the bird, put it in his pocket, and walked down the long road to the city. The city was bigger than Leo's dreams. It was loud and busy. The buildings were like mountains made of stone. For a while, Leo was lost and small. He worked very hard. He was clever. He learned quickly. He took small jobs, then bigger jobs. Years passed. Leo was not a boy anymore. He was an important man. He worked for the king. He had a very big house. The house had many rooms. The windows were large. The sun came in every morning. But Leo did not notice the sun. He was too busy. He had many fine clothes. The clothes were soft and colorful. He wore them to big parties. He ate the best food. He drank the best wine. He forgot the taste of simple bread and fresh water. He had many friends, or he thought they were friends. They were important people too. They laughed at his jokes. They said he was very smart. But they never asked about his heart. They only asked about his gold and his power. Sometimes, late at night, when the big house was quiet, Leo would feel something. A small, sad feeling. He would touch the pocket of his old clothes. The little wooden bird was still there, but he did not take it out. He was afraid. He was afraid to remember the small village. He was afraid to remember his simple father. He thought, "I am a great man now. My old life was poor. It was nothing." He was proud. His pride was like a high wall around his heart. One day, the king told Leo, "You have worked hard. You are a great man in my city. Now you must go back to your village. Show them your success. I will give you a beautiful carriage and strong horses. Show the simple people what a great man from their village can become. Leo felt very proud. Yes, he would go back, but he would not go back as Leo, the woodcarver's son. He would go back as the great Leo, the king's trusted man. He prepared for his journey. He chose his finest clothes. They were made of dark blue silk. He wore rings with big, shiny stones on his fingers. His carriage was black and gold. It was pulled by 4 white horses. The journey was long. Finally, the carriage arrived at the village of the Green Hills. Everyone came out to see. They saw the grand carriage. They saw the beautiful horses. They saw the important man step out. They whispered, "Who is this? Is it a king?" An old woman looked closely. "I know that face," she said. "It is Leo. It is Silas, the woodcarver's son." The news went through the village like a fast wind. "Leo is back! Leo is back!" Silas was in his small workshop. He was carving a little rabbit. His hands were slower now. His hair was white like snow. When he heard the news, his heart felt a big, happy jump. My son is home!" He did not change his old, simple clothes. He did not wash the wood dust from his hands. He ran out to the road. He saw the big carriage. He saw his son. Leo looked so tall, so important. Silas's eyes filled with happy tears. He pushed through the crowd. "Leo," he called out. "Leo, my son, you are home." He reached his son. He was so happy. He wanted to hug him. He held up his old, dusty hands. Leo looked down at his father. He saw the old clothes. He saw the dirty hands. He saw the simple, happy face. And in that moment, Leo did not feel love. He felt shame. Have you ever felt ashamed of something good and kind? It is a strange and terrible feeling. The people from the city were watching. Leo's new, important friends were watching. He wanted to show them he was not from this poor, simple place. He took a step back. His face became cold, like a stone. He spoke in a loud, clear voice. "I do not know this old man," he said. "Take him away. He is just a poor beggar." The crowd became silent. You could only hear the wind in the trees. Silas stood there. His arms were still open. His smile was gone. His face was full of a sadness so deep it hurt to see. He looked at his son's eyes. He did not see his Leo. He saw a stranger. Slowly, he lowered his arms. He turned and walked back to his small, empty workshop. The door closed with a soft, sad sound. Leo got back into his carriage. He left the village. He did not look back. He felt a little strange, but he told himself, "I am a great man. I cannot have a poor beggar for a father." The high wall around his heart grew even higher. But something was broken that day. It was a promise. It was the love between a father and a son. Back in the city, Leo's life began to change. His pride was like a blindfold. He could not see clearly. He trusted the wrong people, the ones with sweet words and empty hearts. He made a big mistake in his work for the king, a very big mistake. The king was very angry. "You were proud, Leo," the king said. "Pride makes a man foolish." The king took everything from Leo. He took the big house, he took the fine clothes, he took the gold. His important friends turned away. They did not know him anymore. Leo was left with nothing. nothing but the old clothes he was wearing the day he came to the city. Leo was now a poor man. He had to leave the city. He walked on the dusty roads. He had no home. He had no food. He was a beggar. The nights were cold. Leo was very hungry. He was very tired. And he was very, very lonely. Do you know that feeling? When your body is tired, but your mind is so full of sadness? That was Leo. One cold night, he was trying to sleep under a bridge. He was shivering. He remembered his father's words. The sun is for everyone. It is warm and kind. He looked at his own hands. They were cold and empty. He had not been warm. He had not been kind. He remembered his father's other words. A kind heart is the only true treasure. He put his hand in his pocket and felt the little wooden bird. For the first time in many years, he took it out. It was small and simple, but in the moonlight, it looked beautiful. He held the bird and he cried. Big, hot tears ran down his face. His pride was washed away by the tears. The high wall around his heart finally fell down. He was not the great Leo anymore. He was just Leo, a sad son who had lost his way. He knew what he had to do. He walked for days and nights. He was tired and weak, but he kept walking. He was walking home. He was not going to show his success. He was only going to say, "I am sorry." He finally reached his village. It was quiet. The houses were small and warm. Nothing had changed. He was afraid. What if his father did not want to see him? He walked to the small workshop. The door was open. He looked inside. Silas was there. He was sitting on his small chair. He was carving a piece of wood. He was much older now. His back was bent. Leo stood at the door. He could not speak. Silas looked up. He saw the man at the door. The man was thin and poor. His clothes were old and torn. But Silas saw his eyes. He saw his son. Silas did not say, "I told you so." He did not say, "You hurt me." He did not say anything angry. He just put down his wood and his knife. He stood up slowly. A small, gentle smile came to his face. "Leo," he said softly, "you are home. You look tired. Come in. The soup is warm." And that was all. Leo walked in. His father gave him a bowl of warm soup. It was the best food he had ever tasted. He sat in the small, warm workshop. He was not an important man. He had no gold. He had no big house. But he was home. His heart, which had been cold and empty for so long, started to feel warm again. Leo learned his lesson. He learned that a father's love is a gift that cannot be bought. He learned that kindness is a home you can always return to. He learned that true wealth is not what you have in your hands, but what you have in your heart. And so we must remember, a big title can be lost, a mountain of gold can disappear, but the warmth of love and the light of a kind heart are the real treasures. They will keep you warm, always.
Great work today. Keep going. Every lesson helps you improve your English. I'm excited to see you in the next video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fun lessons. Keep learning and see you again soon.